Ayo Bones, because for some reason I decided that that's what I'm going to call y'all. It's been a minute since I've recorded, and I'm fairly certain that all of the other videos I posted before I have just made private because I didn't know what I was doing. But that is the point of this week. Honestly, in my life, I wouldn't say the shit has hit the fan, but not everything's smooth sailing. Especially not with this, cold, allergies, random sinus infection that hit me in the middle of the night. I don't know what was happening. But despite that, I've decided I'm actually going to, hopefully for real this time, get my life together. I've actually already kind of started today. I don't even know what day today is. I think it's Saturday. I'm fairly certain it's Saturday. But I've already started painting, and despite the fact that I'm an animation major, my focus should be digital. I'm really enjoying acrylic painting right now, so I'm going to continue doing that. Maybe go back and forth between acrylic and digital. I've been really liking the idea recently of sketching digitally for the purpose, it'd be easier to make revisions to a sketch if it's digital. But also I'm really liking the thought of using my paintings as jumping off points for different animation ideas. I've already kind of started doing that. The paintings I'm making now are actually kind of character studies for a species in the story idea that's been cooking in my head for the past couple months. So I'm really starting to use that to get the creative juices flowing again, because despite the stuff I made in this last semester being an animation major being not bad, I'll even say, okay, for my fully 2D animation one, I'll even call it good. It wasn't really the direction I want to take creatively with my work, and I'll actually, probably by the time this is posted, have all of my films and animations up on this channel so that everything's in one place. And you can see the stuff I made in the fall 2025 being much more surreal and much more dark compared to what I made in spring of 2026. And I really want to get back to that because that's really what I want to be doing. All the point of that is to say the traditional paintings have been really helping me do that. And if I can also get work, then that's a big bonus. But that's not the only thing I have to do to get my life together. As you're about to see, my room is a mess. Everything's not in boxes anymore from when I moved in, but everything's not where it's supposed to go, so I've been slowly getting it cleaned up. So I'm going to clean up my desk. Also, sorry if you can hear the air conditioning. It is somewhere in Louisiana. It's not getting turned off. So this is probably going to be a little bit difficult to do because I've turned a section of my desk into the work in progress painting section, and I'm not quite sure what to do with it. This is actually kind of cleaner than it was when I moved in because I made room for this section. I don't want to lose track of what paints I'm using. Am I lopsided or am I lopsided? Are y'all lopsided or am I lopsided? The answer's probably both. Let me fix that. I think that's better. I don't want to lose track of what paints I'm using, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. I could theoretically. I have 2 trash cans in this room because whenever I was living in a dorm, having 2 separate trash cans for different sections of the dorm was kind of needed. Now it's just not needed for me to have another trash can. So what I could do is use this trash can to hold my work in progress paints so that they're not on my desk. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with that. And I also have to figure out where to store all of my inks. And I can't store them in my easel because my easel falls down sometimes. And these are in glass bottles, and there's already an ink that is being stored in an old pill bottle because the glass broke. I'm gonna have to find a place for those too. They might just stay on my desk. And then I also have to find a place to keep my iPad and the books I have borrowed from my friend and haven't read yet.
1 hour later.
I think that one of my issues that I'm having is that I just don't have anywhere to put anything else anymore because I am a little bit of a hoarder. For example, the storage container that you are sitting on right now, I got from my dad, and it's full of his old vinyl. I have been holding on to this vinyl because I'm I will use it someday. And granted, I did use it for a project last semester. However, there is literally no reason for me to still keep this. So I should just get rid of it. But I find it hard to because it was given to me by my dad. I might, not today, probably, throw it all away so I have a storage for the things that I do use. It's such old vinyl that I'm fairly certain that it doesn't even work anymore, or at least isn't very good quality. So I don't know how I feel about giving it away because I don't want someone to get it and then it not work. So I'll probably just throw it.
1 hour later.
I think now is a good time to say that despite still having a year and a half left of school, I sort of feel post-university because I'm no longer going to be a full-time student. But at the same time, I still have to worry about the same things, getting the classes, having the money, and now have the added stress of because I've already been here for 4 years, my scholarships are running out, so I do have to pay for tuition and fees, and the fee situation at my school is not good right now. Fees are actually more than tuition. It's kind of ridiculous, but that's why I'm trying to quickly get everything figured out so that I can figure out the money situation, because while I could get like a regular job, a regular job is not going to pay me a lot. So I'll probably still have to take out loans or have my parents help me. But also because I have so many health issues, it is hard for me to hold down like a regular job. So it's really important to me to figure this out quickly, which is why I am kind of just jumping headfirst in. So I want to give a little bit of context to the footage you're about to watch while I talk about my next topic. 2 of my friends graduated this semester, and for one of their graduation gifts, I crocheted this plush. This friend really likes big plushes and is on a plush band from his mother. So to circumvent that, I decided to make one. And I'm not the best at crochet, but he did like the crochet keychain I made him for Christmas. That was a mushroom, so I decided to make him a little mushroom guy. And while I was out buying materials, I accidentally bought double the amount of yarn. Because I had extra yarn, I decided that I was going to make a brother that will stay with me, because this friend is also moving over 16 hours away from me. I thought it would be really neat for us to each have something that reminds us of the other. So that's what you will be watching as I go on to my next topic, which does have a little bit to do with the plush and also just with this last semester as a whole, and that is taking everything one step at a time. That's something I'm actually really bad at, though I'm getting better. I find that I procrastinate a lot when I take this too much to heart. Like today, I kind of failed in that regard. I gave myself a lot of small tasks as busy work, and I actually kind of including the plush in this instead of getting like whole projects done, I guess is the right word, or at least making big leaps into a project. But I think that's what it really comes down to. I need to start taking big leaps if I actually want to move the needle in my projects, in my life, in this business that I've been thinking about doing basically since high school. I'm getting a bit better at taking these leaps because yesterday, instead of giving myself a whole bunch of tasks to do in order to prepare myself to be ready to take on commissions, I finished a painting. And then I just posted it on Reddit and was like, commissions open, which is something that did really scare me. But I had to really talk myself into doing it by saying, what is the worst that can happen by taking this leap too early? The worst that can happen is no one commissions me, which is what would happen anyway if I waited another week, 2 weeks, month to get together a proper portfolio and then start posting that I have commissions open. And the best that can happen is I get a commission. I actually like jumpstart this thing that I'm trying to do earlier than I expected. Instead of taking one step at a time, I think I need to change my motto to taking one leap at a time. Doing the scary thing that I don't think I'm ready for, because I'll never think that I'm ready for it. And the reason why this scares me is because I have wanted to do this before. The logistics have been what made me not do it, because it scares me to having to figure that all out. But I just need to do it, and then if someone orders, I can figure out that just has to be what it's going to be. That's just going to have to be what I do, because otherwise I'll never do it. Another thing that is a big leap for me is my confidence level. It's something I've had to really be confronted with this last semester. I feel like my art isn't good enough to sell to people, despite being told over and over again by professors, by peers, by my family that my art is good. And I just need to believe them. And if my art isn't good enough for some people, that's fine. It just needs to be good enough for now. This video has been a lot about me, but I don't want it to seem like this isn't applicable to other people. Other people have these same fears and concerns. You might have these same fears and concerns. But no matter who is having them, the answer is all the same. You just need to take the leap and do it, and create steps that will make you do it. Hold yourself accountable, which is something I've struggled with a lot. But otherwise, it just won't happen if you get stuck in this loop like I was of thinking about doing it and then convincing yourself you're not good enough. And then it will never happen. You'll never know whether you're good enough. So take this as your permission that whatever it is that you've been struggling to do, that you've convinced yourself not to do, that your family and friends have convinced you not to do, you just need to do it. I'm making you do it, just as you're making me do it, and we're gonna do this together. And I'm hoping that with all this, sharing my struggles, that other people will share their struggles, and that we can help each other with whatever comes along in this wild ride, in this journey. So whether it is art, whether it's writing, whether it's applying to that job you don't think you're qualified for, or school, or whatever it is, I wish you the best of luck. I think that's it for this video. It's already quite long. I was gonna try to make a vlog of like today and the entire next week, but I think that would just be much too long. And I think it would be nice also to try to get this out on Monday, which is when I'll be posting all of my old film and animation projects. I think that would be a good way to like kickstart this channel. So until the next video, the next adventure, bye bye.